point last time when we were talking at the derivation of the Kama bija and the Krishna bija. And I was talking about the two palettes. If you remember, the upper palette is curved downwards. See, reflection is caused like light is reflected from a curve, you know. The mirror, if it is curved like this, and light which is coming out here will get reflected downwards. And the mirror which is like this, light or sound which is coming like this will get reflected upwards. So the lower palette, lower, is reflecting it upwards while the upper is reflecting it downwards. Now at this point of the palettes, at the center of the palettes, there is a chakra called the Tala chakra. Tal chakra. Tala chakra. So when you learn about chakras, there are so many chakras in the body. Each chakra has a specific function. What is the job of the Tala chakra? The Tala chakra is to ensure that every sound which is leaving the body, every sound that my mouth is making is also reflected both downwards as well as upwards. So let us say I am speaking with you now and I say Om, Om. When I'm closing my mouth and saying the ma is more on the lower palate and the sound gets reflected upwards. Whereas when I say Om, is more nasal. And you see the sound gets reflected more by the upper palate and is going downwards towards the body. Now, our mouth is very important because our mouth is connected to the throat. And from the throat downwards to the Muladhara, we have 5 important chakras, which are called the Panchabhuta or Panchatattva chakras. These chakras are the Muladhara. Muladhara is the first among them. And this is the lowest one. This is right at the bottom. So this is, we say, in the 7th house, or right at the bottom. Above that, slightly near your private groins, that is where your Bhuvaloka is there, and it is the Swadhisthana. This is connected with the Jalatattva. The sounds that reach Prithvi is the Lam. Lam, this is the sound which you see technically your throat is somewhere out here. Your Tala is out here. And from here, the Anga is being reflected downwards and is healing the body healing. Body mind connect is over here. So you can see each of these sounds. Lam is going right to the bottom. Lam, this sound Lam, it goes right to the bottom. It goes from the throat right to the bottom. This I've written in the reverse. You can see. Whereas a sound like Ram will only travel up till here. Ram travels up till the Manipura, till your navel. Whereas Vam goes to your private parts. So this one goes to the base of spine. Whereas this goes to the privates. Ram goes to the navel, Manipura. Yam is at the Vayu, at the chest. And Ham is right at the throat. You see, it's the Vishuddhi chakra. So each of these sounds can be added because they are semi-vowels. You know, each of these sounds is a semi-vowel, and I can add this to any other consonant and create a bija. Let us say I take the letter Ka. Ka is the first consonant. This is the first consonant, and this I'm adding to the Prithvi bija because I want the sound to come right down to heal my Mercury, to heal my Prithvi Tattva. So in order to do that, I have to add this La to the Ka to get a sound called Kla. 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 That is the sound I'm getting. Every time I make the sound kla, it will go down to my Mooladhara. If I say ka and va, kwa, 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 it goes to Swadhisthana. Ka and ra, kra, 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 it goes to Manipura. Ka and ya, kya, 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 it goes to the chest, Anahata. And if I add ha, which is very difficult to add to a consonant, ka, 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 normally kah, it becomes kah. So the only way I can add this is by adding visarga. If I add a visarga, it will come. Kah, kah, kah. Then it comes. Now to them I can add dirghai, dirghai, which is srishti, the power of srishti. Srishti is coming from the sign Cancer, and this is Cancer, which is the natural house of the mother. So the Dirgha E I am taking from the mother of all creation, right? She is nature. The power of nature is E, Indu. We call it Indu. The name of the moon is Indu, Indu or Ina. So E, that E is coming from there. Now these three, this kla, I am going to now add to E. Klim, 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 but this is going upwards. You see, it is not going down. I have to add anga. So ka with la, E. You see this part is, then I have to add the moon. This is kling, 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 kling. You see, now it is coming right down to the Muladhara. See, why are we learning this Anga Bijas? Now, another name of Kamadeva is Ananga. Ananga means without Anga, without a body. So the body was destroyed in the daytime. So in the daytime, you should not be using this Anga Bija. Anga Bija should not be used in the daytime. In the daytime, you should use Bija. This has to be used, has to be used, Visarga. No, this is Anuswara, sorry. Anuswara should be used during the daytime. Like clean, clean, clean. Whereas while doing the mantra at night, clean, clean, clean. You see the difference. You see, because in the night I am using the anga. In the daytime it is ananga, without anga. So this is something we have learned. And you can see that how this la bija, this lam bija is coming down right to bhuloka. Whereas vam can only come up till here. Ram comes up till swargaloka. Then yam will come up to maharloka. And janarloka is ham. So these are the sounds that are able to come down to a certain level and rectify the chakra. And from the rectification of the chakra, we can heal two things. We can heal the mind that is connected to the chakra, and we can also heal the body that is connected to the chakra. So the mind and body healing happens in the lower chakras. Okay, now having learned this, we now go to the next part. Sri Krishna Bija and Kama Bija. Now Krishna Bija's derivation. Rohini is Prajapati, and Prajapati Bijakshara is Ka. Prajapati means the creator of Manushya or the creator of Jivatma. Jivatma creators are the creator is the Prajapati, and the sound with which he is creating us is Ka Bija. And that Prajapati is in Rohini Nakshatra. So when we look at a chart like the chart of Shri Krishna, what is the first thing we realize about Shri Krishna? Lord Krishna, he is born. I mean, when his avatar, I can't use the word born because he was never born, and the real avatar only comes. What we are seeing is that there is some delivery. Was there a delivery? Nobody knows. Okay, so anyway, the avatar came in Rohini Nakshatra. So the avatar Krishna, Shri Krishna, is associated with Rohini Nakshatra, and the Devata of that is Prajapati. Now, if Lord Krishna is a Devata, first step number one, if Lord Krishna is a Devata, then Lord Krishna is Prajapati. So let us say somebody is born in Rohini Nakshatra and you want to pray to make your Chandra very strong. You want your life to be better. All you have to do is to pray to Krishna. Just pray to Krishna and you will observe that your life's objectives will be achieved. Look at Prabhupada. Prabhupada had a factory. He was not interested in the factory. He had big businesses. He was not interested in businesses. He had a nice wife, everything. He was not interested in anything. It is some kind of a vairagya. And the Krishna Nama that he got, and he became very, very pure, and he became the inner goals of purity, self-purification, as well as the purpose for which he came to establish the temples of Krishna all over the world, so that people will have an opportunity to realize that the Prajapati of this Bhuloka is the avatar Krishna, the avatar. Because the Krishna who is in Goloka, we do not know his nakshatra because he never is born over there. He is permanently over there. So we don't know which nakshatra is. But as far as the avatar is concerned, his nakshatra is Rohini nakshatra. And Rohini's Devata is Prajapati. So therefore we can say that Krishna is also Prajapati for everybody because Krishna is the Devata of Rohini who came in Rohini. So the moon sign is Rohini for Lord Krishna and the Lagna is also Rohini for Shri Krishna. The moon and the Lagna are both in the same nakshatra and same Rashi. Moon is also Vargottama and Lagna is also Vargottama in Rohini. Now, both options are La or Bhudwara La. We have La or La. We have two options, La or La. See, there are two Las. One is when we look at the chart, look at this previous chart very, very carefully. You can see the chart. Here you see this dwara, this door is lam bija. But there is another sound which is not visible over here, which is la. You see, la is like this, whereas la is both the lower palate as well as the upper palate. If you see this is upper palate and this is lower palate. So the lower and the upper palate are both included in the sound la. So la, agni mele la, that la. So you can use either one. Ichha Shakti is E, which is from Karka Rashi. Now there are two sounds which has always been ignored by most people. I have heard them do the mantras. They always ignore the nada and the bindu. Without the nada and the bindu, you see this over here. It is called Chandra Bindu. Without the nada bindu, the bija for Lord Krishna is not correct. You have to write the Krishna bija with the nada bindu. Even if you write it with the anuswara, like printing it, it is printed, that is okay. But you should know that the real Krishna bija is always with the nada bindu. It is a panchakshari. It is a panchakshari bija. The first akshara is kla. That is the first sound. The second sound is Wait, let me do the sounds. Ka, la, e, nada, bindu. You see, ka, la, e, nada, bindu, cling. Ka. Each of these sounds has to be pronounced very, very clearly and nicely. Cling. This will gradually become thing. This is completely silent. Remember, Bindu is always silent. When you become silent, it will go inside. You have to take that sound inside. You cannot, this sound has to go inside. Cling, cling. Long, make it long. Then it is Krishna bija. Now, what happened to Kamadeva? You see this picture over here. This is the Lord Shiva as a yogi in very, very deep meditation. Now, Narada Muni is here, and what happened is Kamadeva was torturing him by putting love arrows on him. Now, Kamadeva has got 5 arrows, and he can fire these arrows on any of the 5 chakras from the neck to the Muladhara, to the base of the spine. The 5 main chakras get disturbed because of Kamadeva. This you must keep in mind. It is Kamadeva who is disturbing these 5 chakras. And Kamadeva is basically the Devata associated with Swadhisthana. So this is Swadhisthana chakra, Swadhish chakra, which is Jala chakra, and from there this water is going up and down and is disturbing all the chakras. It is disturbing Prithvi. If the water comes down from Swadhisthana to the Prithvi, then a baby is going to be born. If idea is to push it out right beyond to the Manipura so that it can be burnt over there and the vapors will rise to the chest, and from the chest it will become pure sound and become Bindu and rise further to the head. That is the objective of this. So Lord Shiva with his third eye is Agyakhya. You see that Agyakhya chakra. So the Agya chakra of Lord Shiva should be kept in mind. Later when we do Jyotisha at a higher level, you will understand we will need this information. So it is the Agya chakra of Shiva which has caused the burning of Kamadeva. So Kamadeva is always getting burnt because of the Agya chakra of Lord Shiva. So in Jyotish we say Shiva is in 9th house. He is the Veda. He is Shiva. Shiva. I am not talking about Rudra. Rudra is 8th house. 8th house is Rudra, 12th house is Bhairava. But Shiva is in 9th house. He is the Guru of the Gurus. The correct way to look at Lord Shiva is the Guru of the Gurus. He is the Parameshti Guru. That is why he sits in the 9th house. And the Agyakhya chakra. So if the 9th house is the Shiva or Guru Sahasrara, that is his Sahasrara. His Agyakhya will be in 8th house, and 8th house is the Swadhisthana. So that is why this Swadhish, the Agya of the Guru can burn the Swadhish of the Shishya. So the Shishya's Swadhisthana is being burnt, being destroyed by the Agya of the Guru. But that Agya of the Guru does not come to everybody. Only some people are getting that celibacy. That will give you perfect celibacy. When that blessing will come, you will become celibate, whether you like it or you don't like it, whether it is good, bad, those things are beyond normal human understanding. It is when the time for that will come, it will happen. So this you should keep in mind. So what are we doing with the Krishna bija? Cling. With that tapasya, Lord Krishna did very, very powerful tapasya because Kamadeva got burnt and he became Bhasma. He became Bhasma. So Kamadeva became Bhasma. By becoming Bhasma, he became pure again. But Lord Shiva promised Krishna that don't worry, when you will come as avatar, then Kamadeva will come again because he is your Bhakta. Kamadeva is your Bhakta, so I will spare him when you will take avatar. That is why one of the purposes for the coming of Lord Krishna is the rejuvenation of Kamadeva. So he did very, very powerful tapasya of Lord Shiva for the birth of a child. And this is all recorded. And therefore you can see that his first son, his eldest son who is born is Pradyumna. And you can see the Pradyumna is also on a chariot with birds over here, the parrot. The parrot is associated with Pradyumna and his bija is the Klim bija, the Kama bija. You see that? The same Kama bija has to be used for Pradyumna. So from Krishna, Kamadeva was reborn. So who is Kamadeva? Kamadeva is the eldest son of Lord Krishna. So now you understand the equation very, very clearly. Okay? You should know what is the similarity and what is the difference. Kamabeja is a poor brother full of desire as it excludes the nada and the bindu. When you do Kamabeja, you should not do the nada, you should not do the bindu. Klim, Klim Pradyumnaya Namah, Klim Kamaya Namah, Klim Kamadevaya Namah, Klim Rati Kamaya Namah. Beautiful. Klim Rati Kamaya Namah. So Klim, just make it short. Don't add the nada, don't add the bindu. And then when Kamadeva was destroyed by the third eye, Lord Shiva, Narada's Hrid Chakra Sadhana. So you must remember, if you do this Hrid Chakra Sadhana, this is associated with Atma Karaka Sadhana. There is a Atma Karaka Sadhana which I plan to teach during this Brihaspati Jyotish, or maybe in what we call Shiva Mahapuran year 2. That will be the correct time. In that sadhana, you are able to completely destroy the Kamadeva inside you, and the Rathas does not go down anymore, it will go up. So Kama is Ananga and it is on Tritiya. So the tapasya for this, the tapasya is done on a Tritiya. It is Krishna Paksha Tritiya. It is called Krishna Tritiya or Ananga Tritiya. Ananga Tritiya. On Krishna Paksha Tritiya, this tapasya is done. And Krishna did this tapasya on Ananga Tritiya because that is the day he passed. And the rebirth of Pradyumna happened because of this tapasya. So Kling. His eldest son is Klim. See that? Understand the relationship between the bijas. Now we come to the next bija. Shlim. Shlim. Shlim bija. Odia Hatha Yoga Vidhi is full of mantras and spiritual practices, unlike what is seen in the world today. Those are for spiritual bhakti marga. Radha Krishna marga is a bhakti marga, which is for people of Kali Yuga, so that you have a chance to get moksha, and there is a clear-cut formula attributed to this. And this formula is associated with the Rath Yatra of Jagannath Temple in Puri. So now we have learned the bija Kling. Now instead of ka, if I take the sound sh, it will become shling. Twice. Shling. Again. Shling. So we have learned the bija of Radha. Shling is the bija for Radha, not Shring. Shring is the bija for Lakshmi, for Rukmini. If you have to pray to Rukmini, you use the bija Shring with Ra, Agni. Whereas for Radha, it is with La, Prithvi. That is the fundamental difference. The main difference is between the tattva that is involved. Radha deals with the dark Prithvi tattva. Prithvi Tattva is very, very dark. It is black, full of the muck of the everything. The darkest of the tattvas is Prithvi Tattva. No light can pass through Prithvi. It is very solid, it is very dense, it is very hard, it is immobile, mostly immobile. It is fixed. It is karma which is associated with Prithvi Tattva is called Dridha Karma. Dridha karma is associated with Prithvi Tattva. It does not move. It is stuck. So how do you move this Prithvi Tattva? Who will remove the Prithvi doshas? Not Shri. Shri will come down. Shri will come down to the level of Agni only. That is why if you look at any image of Shri, she is always holding two lotuses like Surya Dev. Surya is having two lotus. Shri Lakshmi is also having two lotuses. We call her Padmalaya. And therefore, she comes down to the navel. She will not go below that under any circumstances. So remember, Shreem is at the Nabhi Padma, at the stomach. Her lowest level to which she will come is the stomach. So when you do Shreem, 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 your Nabhi will calm down. That means you are getting ample food, you are getting good food, your digestion is better. That is Shreem. Whereas Shleem goes right down to the Muladhara and completely removes all darkness that is associated with your consciousness. Every darkness associated with is the worst karma will get cleansed with Shlim Bija. That you should keep in mind. So therefore, of all the Bijas that you have learnt, I think Shlim is the greatest Bija. Because in Bhuloka, we are living in absolute dirty circumstances. The whole Loka is dirty. This whole Loka, Bhuloka, is at the 7th house. It is at Prithvi level, at Muladhara level. There is absolute dirt over here. And who is going to clean this dirt? That is why we say you are Kali. The mother who cleans this dirt is Kali. That is why Radha is called Parameshwari Kali. She is called Parameshwari Kali because she cleanses this dirt. So we are now going to understand how this yoga of Krishna and Radha is materializing to help the souls to go. First, sloka number 32 of Sri Jagannath Das, actually Mahapurusha Jagannath Das. Kling, shling, boli, hela, beni, bija se bhi, Radha Krishna bolina, sena mati bolai. Kling and shling, boli. When you say these two bijas, hela, beni, bija, they tend to join. They come towards each other. They come to where is this kling bija? Kling bija originally is in the Shuddha Amrita chakra. See now, when you look at a person who is meditating, you see the chakra which you can access is the Sahasrara. Sahasrara is about 2 inches above the head. But the Shuddha Amrita is about 6 inches to 1 foot above your head. Roughly, you stretch your arms, do namaskar on top of your head. When you do namaskar on top of your head, the point to which it goes, where your middle fingers touch, that is called the Shuddha Amrita. Shuddha, the holy Ganges is falling from that point on your head. So we want the clean bija to come down from that high place into our head and go down into our body and cleanse, because wherever the clean that bija will go, everything will get purified. and the one, it has to go down to this. So it will come like this, you know. It will come from top over here, somewhere out here, and it will come to the Sahasrara out here. Then it will go like this. In the reverse path, you see, it will go like this. And this is Shlim. Whereas Klim is here. Do you see that? This is how it has to go. By reciting these two bijas jointly, when we jointly recite them, Klim and Shlim, then actually their joining is happening. Shlim is Radha and Shlim is Lakshmi bija. Shlim is Radha and Shlim is Rukmini. Objective is to merge Krishna Sun with Radha Moon. A day should come when the Surya or the sunlight of Krishna, what we call the divine light of Lord Krishna, is merging with the light of Radha, the moonlight of Radha. So if you look at the tithis involved, Radha is associated with Pratipad to Panchami, Mahalakshmi is associated with Sashti to Ekadashi, and Vimala is associated with Dwadashi to Panchadashi. So when you study Panchadashi mantras, Pratipad to Panchami is Radha, Mahalakshmi is Sashti to Ekadashi, whereas Vimala is Dwadashi to Purnima or Amavasya. So we can say that Radha is like Saraswati. Her energy is like Saraswati. She gives us Jnana. Whereas Mahalakshmi is Lakshmi or Shri Shakti. Whereas Vimala is Neela or Kali Shakti. Right. So Saraswati, Lakshmi, Kali. So three of them are there. Our objective is to merge them. Now, where is the Guru sitting? The Guru is sitting in Sagittarius in the 9th house. You keep that in mind. So we have to wait for Krishna to come over here, and we have to take the as he takes 3 steps. Krishna will take 3 steps. Why does Krishna take 3 steps? That is the rule, you know. That is the rule of Vishnu, which is taught in the Rig Veda. Trini pada vichakrame Vishnur gopa adabhya atho dharmani dharayan. How is dharma held? Vishnu is actually Krishna. In Kali Yuga, the Vishnu of Kali Yuga is Krishna, Shri Krishna. So we say that the Trini pada, 3 pada. So 1 step he takes over here, the 2nd step he takes in Vrishabha Rashi, and the 3rd step he takes over this. This is Vishnu pada. Right. Now from here, Shlim bija. Shlim bija will also take 1 step over here, 2 step over here, and 3 step over here. Trini pada, in 3 steps they will take. It is called Tripada. Tripada is a very important concept in Mantra Shastra. Each pada is foot, pada is a step. Pada is 4 sounds. Pada is 4 syllable. Whereas pada is a step, which is 2 feet, which is 2 into 4 or 8 syllables. You see that? So therefore, Tripada is 24 syllable. So you have to use a 24 syllable mantra. What is a 24 syllable mantra called? It is called a Gayatri mantra. When you do Gayatri mantra properly in 3 padas, then Vishnu is taking 3 steps, or Lord Krishna is taking 3 steps. He is going to dance now. When he takes 3 steps, the Gopas and the Gopis who are in Tula Rashi, this is called Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Tula Rashi. Okay. Vrindavana is Tula Rashi. Vrindavana, Tula Rashi. Jagannath Puri is Meena Rashi. Tula Rashi is Vrindavana and Puri is Jagannath Rashi. Places which we call the Tirtha Mahatmya, the greatness of each Tirtha of Lord Krishna. When we talk of Shri Krishna, Vrindavana is Tula and Meena Rashi is Puri, which is in Odisha. Now, at this point in the third step, where is the third step ending? The third step is ending over here when the Gopi or the Gopa, they are sitting in Dhanu Rashi. So this axis called the Gemini Sagittarius axis becomes the very important axis for Guru Sishya Parampara. For Guru Sishya Parampara, third house and ninth house are becoming very, very important. Mithuna Rashi and Meena Rashi is very, very important. Now, what is this third house called? It is called Mithuna Bhava. Mithuna means copulation. Who is the god of copulation? He is Kamadeva. And what is his bija? Kleem bija. So therefore, Kleem bija automatically will take us over here to Gemini. And we just putting Kleem in Gemini is not sufficient. So Krishna comes to Mithuna Rashi. He has come to what we call the Upadesha Bhava. People who will say Kleem, 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 they will get Upadesha. They will understand the Upadesha. But of what use is getting the Upadesha if it is not going to purify me? If I don't get purified, the Upadesha is a waste. So in order that I get the purification, I must also connect with the Shlim Bija which has come to the house of the Guru. Because Shlim is Radha, Shlim is Guru. If Kleem is Krishna, Shlim is Radha. If Kleem is Ishta, Shlim is Guru. So who is the first Guru in a way? Shlim or Radha. Radha is the Guru and Krishna is the Ishta. So are we being clear over here? So now you understand this axis. This is called Rath Yatra axis. So when we will understand Rath Yatra now, I will just take a look. It's a very interesting when we learn about the cart festival Rath Yatra that has been going on for God knows how many centuries, not years, for how many centuries this Rath Yatra has been going on. And we need to understand the principles that this merger of the Kling and the Shling Bijas are happening, how it is done. As discussed, you have seen that the Kling Bija has to come to this point, Gemini. So Surya has to be in Gemini. You can see that. Wherever Surya is, that is where the Bija Kling Bija will be there. In every Rashi, wherever Surya is, Surya will only respond to one sound called Kling. You see where I am from, the place that I am from. Nowadays it is called Odisha. Actually, if you look at the ancient map, Jagannath Puri is in Kalinga. Kalinga is nothing but Kling, Kling, Kling. You see Kalinga. Kalinga comes from Klinga. So that is to do with Simha Rashi, Leo. As a Rashi, the sound is from Leo, but the sound is actually vibrating with the sun. That is why when Surya comes to the Rashi Leo, Simha Rashi, we say the sun is in own sign. We say Surya is in own sign because the sound of Surya, which is Klim, is same as the sound of the Rashi Klim. So the sound of the planet and the Rashi is one and the same. That is why we say this is its own sign, Swashetra. So now you understand Surya has to be in Gemini. The condition is the visibility of the moon. Rath Yatra must commence only on the day of the Amanta. Amanta means there are two types of calendars. One is Shuklanta calendar, which is for sadhana, for your spiritual practices. You will use Shuklanta calendar. Whereas for the people of Bhuloka, for festivals and all such things, the Amanta calendar will be used. Amanta has to do with Amavasya to Amavasya. End of Amavasya is called Amanta. Ama, Anta. Amavasya, Anta. End of Amavasya is Amanta calendar. So in this Amanta calendar, the month of Ashada will come. Ashada is a very important month, very pure month. It is called the Adi month, not Adhika, Adi. It is having excess of purity. It is having excess of purity. It is because of the heat. A lot of energy and heat has been given to planet Earth. And this lot of light and lot of heat that is given to planet Earth has caused this energy to Urja to rise. And that is why this Ashadha is blazing, the sun is blazing in Ashadha. Now, Amanta Ashadha, Shukla Paksha, the month starts from Pratipad. Shukla Pratipad is the beginning of the month, but the moon is not visible in this tithi, and it is suffering from what is called Agni Dosha, because all the light has vanished and it has become only heat. You see, sunlight has got two things. Tithi, when you talk of tithi, there are two things in a tithi. Basically, let us talk of sunlight. Sunlight reflected by the moon. So in Amavasya, what is happening? Sunlight, Amavasya is zero sunlight. Light is zero. But heat, therefore, is maximum. Whereas Purnima, the light is maximum and the heat is minimum. So what is the difference between Purnima and Amavasya? In Amavasya, the heat is maximum and the light is minimum, whereas on Purnima, the heat is minimum and the light is maximum. So the closer your tithi is to Purnima, the more light you are having and less heat you are having. That is something you should keep in mind. It is a relationship between Mangal and Surya. Now, this Pratipad, it is not visible. The first visibility will happen on Shukla Paksha Dvitiya. So the rule is very clear. The Rath Yatra must commence on Shukla Paksha Dvitiya Tithi when the moon is visible at sunrise. This should be the Tithi at sunrise. So at sunrise, this is the Tithi. So therefore, the day for, let us say, 2023 was 20 June 2023, and it was and then we will see the Panchanga later. So having checked that day, that is the day it will happen, an auspicious Lagna has to be chosen such that the Klim Bija has to be well placed. The Klim Bija has to be well placed. Now in this particular case, you see in 2023, Kumbha Lagna was chosen. Kumbha Lagna was chosen at the time of 10:04, 4 minutes past 10 p.m. So therefore, the Jagannath came, he sat on the Rath Yatra and all that, and the chariot started moving. So that is how the Lagna is chosen. The Klim Bija is in Mithuna Rashi, therefore the sun must arrive at Gemini for the start of the journey to join Krishna. So therefore, only first step, second step, and this is the third step is Mithuna. Then only the opposite sign will have the Gopa. Gopa will be in Dhanu Rashi. This is the month, the Purnima of Ashad. Ashada Purnima is called Guru Purnima. You must understand that. This Guru Purnima is because of the Bija Shlim. The Shlim Bija gives us the Guru Purnima. So Nitya Panchanga is for sunrise. You see, when the sun distributes 5 orders to controllers of the Pancha Tattva for Deva and Sura of Indra. You see, basically, what is Panchanga? Why is Panchanga taken at sunrise? Because sunrise, the Lagna, the job of Lagna is to distribute the order. Lagna is only distributing the orders. Whose orders? Surya's orders. When does Surya give the order? He gives the order at sunrise only. Only at sunrise. He does not give order at any other time. Therefore, for whenever you are doing the horoscope study also, you must make a chart for the Panchanga at sunrise. The Panchanga at sunrise is the time when the order was passed by Surya Deva. And that order will be carried out for 24 hours until the next sunrise. That is called Udaya Panchanga. Udaya Panchanga, when the sun will rise, that is the Panchanga. And Dvitiya must be the Tithi at that Panchanga for Rath Yatra to commence. So, and those are the orders that have been passed. Now, gradually during the daytime, things will change. Panchanga will change. Tithi can change. So by the time the Ratha actually moves, the chariot actually starts moving, by the time, Jagannath is brought from the temple, he is put on the chariot, and then the chariot is pulled. So many pujas have to be done. So many pujas are done. Then the king has to come and with a golden broom and he has to sweep the road. The Maharaj of Puri becomes a sweeper that day. How did the Maharaj of Puri become sweeper? How did the Gajapati become sweeper? Because Lord Krishna has arrived in Bhuloka. When Krishna will arrive in Bhuloka, all the kings of the world, no matter how big they are all going to become sweepers. Therefore, you must keep in mind that the king is nothing but a sweeper for Lord Jagannath. And the day he stops sweeping, that day his throne will go. So this is a very important principle for the removal of Ahankar, because Krishna cannot tolerate Ahankar. So the orders were passed at sunrise. And then the moon has its own separate distribution of Panchanga attributes at midnight. So there are two kinds of distribution. One Panchanga is Udaya Panchanga and the other one is Turiya Panchanga. Turiya Panchanga has to do with Chandra and it does not have to do with Surya. The orders are not Surya orders, they are Chandra orders. And those orders are passed at Turiya, midnight, every day. So two kinds of orders are going around in the planet. One of the sunrise Udaya Panchanga, which is called Sansara Panchanga, and one at midnight called the Sannyasa Panchanga. Okay, this moon's orders are all associated with the Rishi of Varuna. Varuna and Indra. The Deva Panchanga or the sunrise Panchanga has to do with Indra, whereas the midnight Panchanga has to do with Varuna. Some regions are using sunset for that. Anyway, we will come to that later. So you understood this, bija. Every time there is a Rath Yatra, there is a stop called the Gundicha stop. The yatra commences, you see, from here. So the chariot starts moving from here. You can see that. And it goes over here to the second house and it stops over there. So the journey from the Jagannath temple, so from the Jagannath temple to the Gundicha temple is just 1 day or 2 days. Normally it is a 1 or 2 days journey. But in this place, the stop is for 7 days. It has to stop for 7 days. For 7 days, Lord Krishna gets to play with the flute. He plays the flute, Bansuri. It is very important to understand that this playing of the flute, this Radha Rani has the flute of Shri Krishna. So she returns it to him. Okay, Krishna, now you can play with the flute. So he starts playing the music and that powerful Omkara comes out from that flute. And because of that powerful Omkara, all the souls who are around get purified. Even the cows get purified, dogs' souls get purified. Human beings, of course, will get purified if they are hanging around. And then after these 7 days, it turns around, because by this time, Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi has come over there. It is Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi has come from the Jagannath temple to the Gundicha temple or Radha temple, and has taken a promise for Krishna that, okay, you can play for 7 days, but after 7 days you have to come back to me. So technically there is a separation between husband and wife for 7 days. So Lord Krishna himself is maintaining perfect celibacy for 7 days, because this is some kind of a peculiar sadhana he is doing in the third house. If you see, the Surya is in third house. Third house is the Upadesha, and ninth house is the sadhana. So in the third, ninth, the sadhana is there. And then this stop is for 7 days. So it takes 2 days roughly to go there. And then the stop, sorry, 1 day to go there. Stop is for 7 days. And then it turns around. When it turns, see, basically, if you see Rath Yatra, it is from north. This is south and this is north. It is from north to south, the direction of movement of the Ratha. Rath Yatra is from north to south, and south to back to the temple is called Bahuda. So there are two, the same chariot is going and coming back. Going forward to the Gundicha temple is the Rath Yatra, the return is Bahuda Yatra. There is a different name for this so that we don't mistake. Bahuda is the return journey. It is back to Godhead, going back to the Jagannath temple. By now the chariot has been loaded with all the good souls. All the good souls are now loaded inside the chariot. In 3 chariots, the chariot of Balabhadra, chariot of Subhadra, and the chariot of Jagannatha are all loaded, and they are now going back to Sri Mandira. The Jagannath temple is actually called Sri Mandira. Mandira means temple. Sri Mandira, it is the temple of Sri. So Sri, what is the sound which is emanating continuously from the Jagannath temple? Shri. So much of Shri is there inside the temple. And by the 9th day, it has to reach. So if it starts on Shukla Dvitiya, so Dvitiya 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So return is on Shukla 10. S10 is return. But in the midway, he is taking 2 small stops are there. 2 very, very important stops in the Bahuda Yatra. First one is called Mausima temple. That means auntie temple is Mausima temple. This is the temple of a Devi called Ardha Soshini and Kapala Mochana Shiva. The name of Parvati is Ardha Soshini. That is the particular name which is associated with the purification of the souls wherever some kind of a pulling away, Soshana, is happening to the souls over there. And Kapala Mochana, completely all thoughts are removed. Kapala Mochana. Mochana means you are freed from the Kapala, the skull. There is a skull. The skull or the head or the Kapala is associated with our thoughts. And all our Ahankara is also there in the head. Head is the cause of the Ahankara. And all that is the Mochana, means to be freed. This is the work that Lord Shiva and Parvati are doing for us. She is pulling away all the desires, Soshini, Ardha Soshini, and Kapala Mochana is actually breaking the Kapala, the real breakage is happening over here. These are the guardian deities of Puri. So these are the guardian. They are protecting Puri all the time so that bad energies cannot enter Puri, the Shri Kshetra. Then another stop is there, and this is for a Muslim. This Muslim fellow who had Muslim Bhakta Salbeg. There is a temple of Bhakta Salbeg, and the Jagannath Rath Yatra stops every year for last 300 odd years. This stop has been made after the Jivani of Bhakta Salbeg, who was one of the top disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So people, they say that they are followers of Chaitanya. They do not even go to the temple of Bhakta Salbeg, who directly got the mantra, because of which the chariot stopped for him. Because the chariot had originally stopped for him, where the chariot stopped, that place, a temple was built later for Bhakta Salbeg, and this temple of Bhakta Salbeg, the temple, there is a stop. So you must keep this in mind. These are very, very important stops in the Rath Yatra. So how many stops are there? There are 2 stops. Before the 3rd stop is basically Sri Mandira. That is where it finally stops. Now, Hera Panchami. There is a festival called Hera Panchami. Jagannath promises Lakshmi to return. Now, Jagannath left the temple on Shukla Dutiya. On Shukla Dutiya he left. And Shukla Panchami, he made the promise to return. Just keep that in mind. He promises Lakshmi to return, but she does Rathabhanga and hides behind the tamarind tree. Rathabhanga means she does some damage to the Ratha. This horrible Ratha fellow, this chariot, Lakshmi gets angry. Now she is quickly getting angry. This horrible chariot, he carried my husband away from me and took him away to go and bring those poor human souls from this thing. I'm angry with the chariot. So she damages the chariot. It is Rathabhanga. And the Rathabhanga happens on Hera Panchami, on the Shukla Panchami. And then she goes and hides behind a tamarind tree. This is very, very important. So tamarind tree has got a special power. It is the favorite of Lakshmi. Keep that in mind. It is Lakshmi tree. All the girls who are not married, if they go and do the Lakshmi mantra near the tamarind tree, they will get married. Their Shukra will become supremely powerful, and they will be able to attract a good husband, and they will get married. Since then, all young girls, they like tamarind very much. It is very peculiar, very hard to explain. It's a horrible tasting thing. It can only be used in certain things that they cook, called khota. We call it khota. And it is otherwise, I don't know why all the girls, when they're young, in the teenager, they just love it very much. Anyway, this is the Panchanga that is very important. This is called the Gundicha Panchanga. Anyway, next, Hatha Yoga Vidhi, Shloka 33. We did Shloka 32, now we are doing Shloka 33. Ehanka Premorupa Hela Jata. Ehanka Premorupa Hela Jata. Ling bija Gotita Namoje Vidhita. So it is very interesting that when Kling, that is Shri Krishna, and Shling, when they met, they have to meet, and they are meeting only from Shukla during the Rath Yatra. Remember, these 2 bijas can only meet at one time of the year during that Rath Yatra. So during those 5 days, you have to be in a Krishna Dham. You have to be in a Krishna Dham if you want to take this blessing. That is very important. You cannot, this is the effort you have to make. You have to go to a Dham of Krishna, because there you can see that everywhere. It happens in Vrindavan. It happens in London. Wherever there is a temple of Lord Krishna, you have to be there. Then only you will get the blessing of this merger. Then what happens when this merger will happen? This prema is it is not not rati, it is not sex. Sex is rati. This is prema. Prema is affection, love, deep love. Like I love my brother, I love my sister, I love my. This is very, very deep. Gopi love. Very pure. It is very sattvic. Do not make it tamasic. Okay. Do not even think of it as tamasic. It is not tamasic, because if it is tamasic, the hlim bija will not come. Then this, what it produces is hlim bija. This bija, you can see that. So from the mutual adoration, that is bhakti of Radha and Krishna, was born the definition of pure transcendental bhakti. So pure transcendental bhakti, what is that? What is the sound? What is that sound that came out when Klim and Shlim collided? When Kling and Shling met, what sound came out? Lean came out. And this was its one name as decided. Hlim bija goti ta namo, its name je vidhita was decided. It was decided that hlim alone can be the bija, because this bija is not a, this is a very peculiar, that this bija is in Akash, is in the Akash Tattva. Hlim that defines their yoga or mutual bhakti, which is simply stated as respecting, representing prema or the bhakti. It is the mutual attraction, it is the mutual liking. So hlim is the product or the recipient of that bhakti prema, which is the sishya. Therefore, every sishya of the parampara should learn to recite. Firstly, you have to be initiated into hlim bija, and with hlim bija only can you become a proper sishya. Otherwise, you will not. Your own ahankara will destroy you. Your ahankara is always coming on the way. It is always going to be your problem. Remember, for the human being, the Shuddha Amrita Chakra is here. You see this round chakra that I put over here? This is the Shuddha Amrita Chakra. This is above the head. This is the Sahasrara. So from here to here, this is the hlim. So this one is the Sishya. So three different factors have come now. Hlim is Radha, Kling is Krishna, and Hlim is the person. Sishya. You are a Sishya, I am a Sishya, we are all Sishyas. How are we Sishyas? Because we are learning all the time. All the time we are learning, all the time we are trying to learn so many things. So the three sounds we have learnt now are Hlim, Shlim, and Klim. Shloka 34. We have done 31, 32, 32, 33, now 34. Sebare Rahila, Sishya Anga e Atai. Seba is actually Seva. Sevare Rahila. Sishya Anga, the body of Sishya. He Atai, it is known. Satta, Sattva, Raja, Rajas, Tama, Tamas. Tini Guna, Je Bulai. So Sata, Raja, and Tama are the three gunas which are cleansed by the bijas. So what does hlim bija do? Hlim bija represents or protects the disciple students who are involved in devotion. That is a direct translation. Hlim bija is always protecting the sishya. If a sishya who is entering the parampara is not doing hlim bija, he is not protected. You want protection from the Parampara, you have to do Hlim Bija. You want protection from Veda Vyasa. You want protection from Chaitanya. You want protection from Bhakta Salbeg, from anyone, from any of the rishis. You need to do Hlim Bija. With Hlim Bija, you will get the protection. They will come to help you. Whereas with Hrim Bija, see the difference. Hrim, Hrim, you have to go and fight. The difference is, are they going to fight for you or are you going to fight? Because both will not fight. If you are going to fight for them, then you have to do Hring, 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 Hring. So you have to do the karma. You have to fight the tamas. You have to overcome the tamas. Whereas if you accept that I am not strong, I am a weak person, I have too many weaknesses, please come and help me. Please, rishis, whoever is your rishi, he will come. All you have to do is Hling, Hling, Hling. This bija. Okay. And what do you get when you do this? It is called Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Means both things are there. Jnana and Bhakti, both will come. It is not just a single. You cannot say it is only Jnana. You will get Jnana Mishra Bhakti. That means Jnana is also there and Bhakti is also there. And both will go with your two legs. Okay, one leg is Bhakti and one leg is Jnana. One step is Bhakti, next step is Jnana. Next step is Bhakti, next step is Jnana. It is a very simple thing. So we have to understand how this is working. How is this working? How does Jnana Mishra Bhakti work? That we will understand later. But Sattva protector is clean. The bija that is protecting Sattva is clean bija. It always protects the Sattva. Raja is suppressed or controlled by Shling. You see the difference? Suppressing the Rajas is Shling. I want to buy a new car. Shling, Shling, Shling. No, I don't want a new car. Shring, shring, shring. Get me the new car immediately. You see that Ra is what gives you the desire. It fulfills the desire. Whereas Shring suppresses. You suppress the desire. Let it be. You don't need it. What will you do with the new car? Let it go. Like that. You must understand the difference between the bijas. Shling bija is therefore a more spiritual one. Very, very spiritual bija is Shling, Shling, Shling. The Rajas planets will get suppressed. Now, who needs to do Shring and who needs to do Shling is based upon your horoscope. That will be taught later. Whereas the tamas remover, which is the vital and most important one for a Shishya, is Hlim bija. Hlim is everything for you. And these three bijas are the ones who all the three gunas will come into harmony. All the three gunas are important. Why is tamas guna important? Because we need to sleep. We need to sleep so that the mind can be healed. Why Shlim bija important? We need to control our desires. All the desires cannot and should not be fulfilled. In fact, it is better not to fulfill all the desires. What about cling? Whatever sattva guna I have got, whatever little knowledge I have got, which is retained inside of me, in the soul, should not go away from me. Let that knowledge be retained by the sattva guna, because knowledge can only be retained by sattva guna. Other gunas cannot retain the knowledge. Therefore, you need cling. The knowledge that is granted by Shiva is meaningless unless you have cling to hold that knowledge. Sattva guna planets Surya, Chandra, Brihaspati and Sattva guna rashis give good result to any person who prays with the bija akshara Shlim. Now this is the first Jyotish Upadesha. Very important, direct Jyotish Upadesha. Clean bija should be used with Surya, Chandra and Brihaspati as well as Sattva Guna Rashi. Rajaguna planets like Mercury and Shukra, Buddha and Shukra, Mercury, Venus, and Rajaguna Rashis give good result to any person who prays with the bija shlim. You will get very good result. You want a coffee, you will get a coffee. But if you want only an espresso and only one particular, let us say, this particular type of illy coffee of this particular make with this vanilla, this thing, that is shling. Shling will not. Shling will tell you, let it be, just drink the coffee quietly and go and do your work. So the tamas is also being provided by shling, but in a measured quantity. You keep doing shling, the coffee will go away. You will stop taking coffee. You stop all the bad things, all the tamas that you picked up. Rajas and tamas are always helping each other. Tamas guna planets like Mars, your anger, Saturn, your depression, Rahu, your dirty mind, your terrible mind, Ketu, your headlessness, doing things without thinking or doing things suddenly, are all tamas things. And they give good results to any person who prays with the bija lean. So, thus these three bija akshara are the best Vedic remedial measures used in meditation and should be prescribed as per the prevailing graha or rashi dashas. Whatever dasha you are running, mahadasha, not antardasha, pratyantardasha, the mahadasha. These bijas are not for the antardasha, pratyantardasha, sukshmantar, dehantar, no. These are for mahadashas. Because gunas have to be rectified at the level of the mahadasha. This is a very, very high level of knowledge, and this is a remedy that has been given to you, and you have to learn which dasha is actually working in your horoscope and how to see these things. I will give you some time to finish. Now we do shlokas 35 and 36. First shloka 35, which is on your left hand side. Kling bija Jagannatha Nirankara Kahi, Shling bija Rajaguna Subhadrati Sahi. See how interesting. Just now we were talking about Shling bija being Radha. The same Shling bija can also be used for Subhadra. Shling bija is for Radha, Shling bija is for Subhadra, and Subhadra and Radha are the same energy. That is the Shling bija. Now think about what the first half of the shloka is saying. Kling bija Jagannatha, that is Krishna, Nirankara. Nirankara means without form, without rupa. Nira, nir, without akara. Nirakara, Nirankara is the Odia language for Nirakar. So Krishna as Nirakar is in the bija, and the Nama is Sakar. You see the difference? The important lesson we are learning here is bija is Nirakara, whereas Nama is Sakara with form. So bija is always without form. Bija is always without form. Every seed does not have the form. You take the seed of a banyan tree and you can hold it in your hand. It is a very tiny little seed. That is the seed of the banyan tree. But until you plant that seed, the tree will take 100, 150 years to grow. And when it grows, you will see it will become a huge tree and will take a huge form. The form is the Nama. The Nama is associated with the form, not with the bija. Therefore, name is not associated with Adhana Lagna. Adhana Lagna in Jyotish we say conception chart or the Adhana Lagna chakra is for the bija, is for the seed. Whereas the Nama is for the Jataka. So there are two horoscopes for every nativity. You have two horoscopes, I have two horoscopes. When I was conceived by my parents in the womb of my mother, that time a bija was planted inside her. The planting of the bija in the womb was done by Prajapati Shri Krishna. Then that seed was growing up and they were having experiences. Till then, they had not decided that my name will be Sanjay. So I was born, and on the 11th day or 13th day, depending upon how it is, the name Sushant was given to me. And then some terrible accident happened, and my name was changed after that to Sanjaya. So the Nama, the name, came later. Name comes after birth. Before birth, there is only bija. So whenever you are using a bija, you are only talking about formless. You cannot go and say I am doing bija meditation of, let us say, Shiva, Onkar, Om, and you are thinking of Lord Shiva with two hands, two legs, with a jata, with a snake on his. That is completely wrong. You are not allowed to think about the form. You are not allowed to think about a physical form of the Devata when you are doing bija, because bija is Nirankara, always Nirankara. Kling bija Jagannatha Nirankara Kahi. Shling bija Raja Guna Subhadrati or Sehi. So Kling bija must be Sattva Guna Nirankara of Jagannath, of Krishna. The same Kling bija when we are doing Sakara, when we are talking in front of a murti, of a statue or something, we take the name Krishna. You have to take the name Krishna when you are standing in front of a murti. You just cannot do cling, cling, cling over there. You cannot do that. That is wrong. In fact, if you are doing cling, 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 you must close your eyes so that you are not looking at the form. Then it is wrong. You are forcing the bija to take that form. Whereas when you do Krishna, 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 then you must stand. And also, even if you are not standing and you are in the middle of a jungle, close your eyes and think of a great Lord with two hands. One hand is holding, right hand is holding the chakra. On the left hand is holding the sankha. Two hands and two legs. When you take the name Krishna, it has to be two legs and two hands. When you take the name Vasudeva, it is two legs but four hands. That is the difference. When you talk of Vasudeva, you have to think of four hands. Krishna with four hands is Vasudeva. Krishna with two hands is Krishna. So, now the next shloka, 36. Kling bija balabhadra tama guna jana. So, Kling bija is Sattva, Nirankara, Jagannatha. Shling bija is Rajaguna, Subhadra, Nirankara. Again Nirankara, without form. Kling bija, bija is again without form, Balabhadra. The name that you have to use, Nama, that must be used are Jagannatha, Subhadra, and Balabhadra. Many people will use Balram. When you say Balram, you have to do Hring bija, not Hilim bija. You are Sishya. If you want to be Sishya of the Parampara of Jagannath, you have to take the name Balabhadra. Hling. That is Balabhadra. So, Srishti Sthiti Samhara, J. Ehanka Bhyana. Srishti. Srishti is done by whom? Srishti is done by Jagannath. Sthiti is done by Subhadra. And Samhara is done by our Balabhadra. So Jagannatha, Subhadra and Balabhadra are in the order of Srishti, Sthiti and Samhara. That could be one interpretation, but there is another interpretation because we are, you see, the shloka only tells that these three bijas are involved with Srishti, Sthiti and Samhara. J, Ehanka, Bhyana. So the order of reciting these aksharas, you have to start with Shishya, then you go to Radha and then you go to Krishna. Keep that in mind. You are the Shishya. So first you have to become strong. You have to become strong. You have to be strong. You cannot be weak. How will I become strong? Only by the grace of Balabhadra Deva. Balabhadra Deva will say, ring, 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 and Balabhadra will make you strong. Then shling, 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 Radha or Subhadra or whoever is your matrika. We don't know who is your matrika. There has to be some matrika for you. Each person has his own matrika. So that is a particular form that Radha is taking. Radha will take different forms. Radha can manifest in multiple forms. So Radha will there is a particular matrika for you. Okay. And then Kling Bija is Krishna. So that is the order. Hling, Shling and Kling. These are the orders. This is called the Parampara. So the Parampara is defined by these three bijas. Hling, Shling and Kling are the bijas of the Parampara of Jagannath Puri. And these three bijas are defining the Parampara. Every Parampara must have three bijas. And unless you have got the bija of the Parampara or one bija of the Parampara, you have not been accepted into the Parampara. It is also possible that you may get associated with 2-3 Paramparas. For example, let us say this Klim bija is given to you by a guru. One guru has given, let us say, to one Shishya this Klim bija. And then later you go to Jagannath temple and feel a lot of thing also. So it is the same. So you can see that this Klim bija of Parampara A is also linking you to the Klim bija in Parampara B. So all the Paramparas that are having the Kling bija, you will get linked to if you are initiated into the Kling bija as your final initiation. That is very important to understand. Whichever of these three bijas is your final bija, that is the level that you are expected to reach in this lifetime. It is not possible that all of you will automatically get clean bija or that you should be given clean bija. It may not be correct for you and your life will become a wasted journey. Depending upon your lagna, depending upon your gunas of what you are, the bijas are accordingly given by the guru to the Shishya when they are ready. So you have understood three bijas now. Hling bija, Hling, Hling tamas, Shling rajas, Kling sattva. Hling shling kling, Hling shling kling, Hling shling kling, Hling shling kling. Three bijas. Okay? Good. Now, in this shloka 38, a rahasya, a secret or a secret of the guru is being taught. This rahasya is very peculiar. Kling akshara Vishnu. Kling akshara Vishnu. Because of the Raja Guna, Kling is also Vishnu. He is Jagannath, he is Krishna, and he is also Vishnu. Because there is no difference between Krishna and Vishnu. Just like there is no difference between Krishna and his heart. Similarly, there is no difference between Krishna and Vishnu. Anybody who is causing difference between Krishna and Vishnu is under the influence of Rajas Guna. Because Rajas Guna sees them differently, whereas Sattva Guna will see them as absolutely the same. There is absolutely same, no difference. Then it is Sattva Guna. One day will come when you will realize, deep inside, you will know. You will know wherever you go, you will know it is the same one. I went to Ayodhya, and there everywhere in Ayodhya, people say they need to go to temple. No, in Ayodhya you don't have to go to temple only. Everywhere in Ayodhya, anywhere you walk, you will feel the cling bija of Shri Ram. Klim bija of Shri Ram, you will feel it there. Whereas the Klim bija of Krishna, avatar, you will feel it in Vrindavan to some extent, not much. But the real you will feel in Dwarka. And I will go there. When I am ready, I will go there. I am not in a hurry to go there. You have to be ready. My bija will take me. I will not go rushing. I'll prepare, I will do bija. So Kling Akshara Vishnu. What do you mean by Kling Akshara Vishnu? Kling Akshara Vishnu, I am speaking in Odia because the shloka is in Odia. Kling Akshara Vishnu. That means the Kling sound, bija, is actually Vishnu, or the power to purify. It purifies. It is constantly purifying. That is how it is maintaining sattva. Otherwise, how can it maintain the sattva? See the secret. Shling Brahma Boli Kahi. Shling is Brahma because Raja Guna is in Brahma. Sattva Guna is Vishnu. Therefore, Kling Akshara or Kling Bija is Vishnu because it is having Sattva Guna. Shling Brahma Boli Kahi. Shling Bija is having Raja Guna, so that is Brahma. Shling Shulapani. Now, the particular name given out here is Shulapani. This name is very, very important. This name, please remember this name. Parashara has also used this name. So, Kling Bija Akshara is Vishnu, the protector or the preserver. Shling Bija is Brahma, the creator, and Hiling has the name Shulapani. So now in this shloka, in this particular shloka, the clarification is being given of what is what. So the preserver, Sthiti Karaka, preserver is Kling. The Shlim is Radha or Subhadra, and that is also Brahma, the creator. This is the preserver. And Hling, Shishya, is the Balabhadra Shulapani, is the destroyer. Because we are destroyed. So let us take the sound Aum. A-U-Ma. Aum is called Srishti Akshara. Aum. A-U-Ma. A is Brahma, U is Vishnu, Ma is Rudra. You see that? Ma is Shulapani. So now put the bijas. Shlim bija will come first because of Brahma. Kling will be in the middle because of Vishnu. Hling will be in the end. So this is for birthing or for creating. Whenever you want to create anything, you have to do the bija in this order. Shling, kling, hling. Shling, kling, hling. Shling, kling, hling. Let us say I want to pray to a devata for a baby. Let us say I'm praying to Kamadeva for a baby. I want a baby. Huh? Somebody wants baby. Shling, kling, hling, Kamadevaya namah. Shling, kling, hling, Rati Kamabhyam namah. Shling, kling, hling, Rati Kamabhyam namah. You will have a baby immediately. Why? Because you are putting these bijas. You try to understand. These are the real power is here. This, the order that you are using, this is the power. Now, whatever you start, the starting will tell us what you will get. If it is starting with a, see, start a, which is Shlim. See that? If you are starting with Brahma and Shlim, then you will have creation power. If you are starting with U, let us say we are starting with U, Uma. Okay. U is Sthiti, Uma is Sthiti. Did you know that Uma is a name of Parvati, who is a sister of Krishna? Parvati as a sister of Krishna is called Uma. Uma is a very beautiful name. It is that sister as Uma who married Shiva, and Shiva became Umakanta, the Kanta of Uma. So you must understand this name Uma is Sthiti. The Sthiti is in Uma. O, Ma, A. So first is Vishnu, then Rudra, then Brahma. So Brahma must be end. Shlim will be in the end. See, last is Shlim. U or Klim, and Hlim is in the middle. So the order of preserving something you have got, you don't want to lose it. Sansar, you want to stay in this planet. You have got life. What is the most important thing that has been granted to you? I have got life. Who has got life? The body and the mind has got a life. My soul has been granted a body. Two things I have been gifted. A mind has been gifted to me. A body has been gifted to me. And I, which is Hlim, have been given a mind, which is Shlim, and a soul, which is Klim. I, Hlim. I am Hlim. Aham is Ahankara. Hlim. Manushya. Hlim. Tamas. Hlim. See, my soul is having sin. So long as my soul is having sin, I am Hlim. You are Hlim. So that Hlim has been given a mind. The mind is Shlim. That is why the mind is always in Rajas. The biggest problem of the mind is Rajas, because it is always in Rajas. Whereas the soul wants to maintain the Sattva. The soul doesn't like all this Rajas all the time, rubbish Rajas, all the time, this noisy Rajas, or the depressive Tamas. The soul doesn't like all this. God, you have given me two gifts, but these gifts are torturing me more than helping me. Oh, you don't like them? Really? You want to lose them? No, I don't want to lose. You see the problem? You have got life, you don't want to lose the life, but you say you don't want the torture. So how do I stay? How do I maintain life? I can say Kling, Ring, Shling, the name of a Devata. Kling, Ring, Shling, Jagannathaya Namah. Kling, Ring, Shling, Jagannathaya Namah. Kling, Ring, Shling, Jagannathaya Namah. You see, with this, the first, who is the first akshara? The starting akshara is, where is it gone now? The starting is O, which is Kling. So Jagannath, you see that? Kling, Hring, Shling, Jagannatha, Yanama. With this, my body will start laughing, my mind will start laughing, and my soul will relax a little bit in Bhuloka. Okay? There is no need to get frustrated and angry and depressed, and all these things will happen. Oh, I am not having access, I am having access. Oh, I am not able to see, I am able to see. Oh, right now this thing, oh, something was written, now you are not going. Too much, too much. What is being taught to you, you do not even have the capacity to hold on to 10% of that. All you are busy faltu arguments like I need this access, I need that access. What will happen if you get? You think you will get the knowledge? Why don't you get the knowledge, as much of the knowledge as you can? Don't worry about the access. There is a plan. It will happen as per the plan. Now, come to the Samhara. In the Samhara, the Rudra should be first. Ma, A-U, Mao. Like Mao Zedong, the Chinese fellow, the Chinese premier, the great one. Mao Zedong, Mao, M-A-U, Mao. Keep that in mind. That is Samhara. Means to die, to get finished. What is the first bija that must be? Hlim must start, followed by Rajas, Shlim, and finally Klim. So one has to prepare for death. If you don't prepare for death and you die, you will not get moksha. You will be taken by Yama and you will be beaten. No, 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 I will do some good mantra for this. I will do a mantra for this. I will do some Rudra mantra for this. And from some Rudra or a Shiva mantra I will do for this, so that I will not go to Naraka. Any guru's name I can add after this. Hling, Shling, Kling, Rudraya Namah. Hling, Shling, Kling, Mahakaleshwaraya Namah. Hling, Shling, Kling, Parameshwaraya Namah. Hling, Shling, Kling. You see the la, la. You see the, whereas if you see, this is very different from what we do. Ring, Shring, and cling. You see that? We have done this differently. This is what? This is different than Hling, Shling, Cling. Here, all three are coming down bijas. Please come and help me. All three are in one direction. So, Parampara Kendra. Parampara Kendras are Om, Hling, Shling, Cling. These are the four Kendras. So, first house, fourth house, seventh house, and 10th house are Om, Hling, Shling, Kling. That is also Krishna, but this is the spiritual. Whereas the Parampara Kendras are also Om, Hring, Shring, Kling. This Kling will not change. Krishna Vijay will not change. You cannot do Kring and expect that to be Krishna. No. Kling, try to remember, they are brother and sister. Kling is Krishna and Kring is Kali. Why? I will derive this. I can derive the difference. I can derive it very, very clearly, but I will do it some other time and not now. But remember, this you will be Klim in the Parampara. So when you are saying Om, Hrim, Shrim, Krim, then it is not Krishna. The mantra is going to Kali. So let us say I want to do one of the Kalpa Vrikshas for Durga. Now there are two kinds of Kalpa Vriksha for Durga. One Kalpa Vriksha is associated with Krishna and one Kalpa Vriksha is associated with Kali. So the one which is associated with Krishna will have Om, Hrim, Shrim, Klim. Om, Hrim, Shrim, Klim, Vindhya Vasinyai Namah. You see that? That is the sister of Krishna. When we say Om, Hrim, Shrim, Klim, Vindhya Vasinyai Namah. So we are praying to the sister of Lord Krishna who sacrificed her own life so that Krishna can stay in the planet and finish. The avatar can stay here and can finish the work so that Kansa will not be able to destroy him. So she sacrificed. She made the ultimate sacrifice. That is Durga as the sister of Krishna. But Durga as a form of Kali is Om, Hring, Shring, Kring, Durgati Nashinyai Mahamaya Swaha. Like that, there are, you have, once you understand the bijas, you will understand how they are used. I think with this we have ended. So thank you very much.